Okay, today, actually, my name is Ed Cohen, which I screwed up last week, and I'm doing it again. This is Weathering the Weather with Ed, and here's my sidekick. What's your name, Freddie?
Lou.
Lou, okay,
Yep.
Lou. And today's topic is fronts.
Backs? Fronts? Tops,
I'm going
sides?
to, no, there are no such things as backs.
All right, so
in
today's
meteorology.
fronts because why? Well, because we had a contest. Well, not really a contest.
It was voted 1-0. Thanks for calling in, folks.
Yeah. No, we had more than one. There was a couple.
My meteorology class voted for the fronts that's on the final.
Okay, so we're doing fronts. And we'll do air masses next week.
Right.
For those of you who voted air masses, you're probably disappointed.
What was the count?
It was something to 0.
1-0? It was 13-0 for my class.
Yeah, I had like 2.
2 people. Thanks for checking in.
15 to 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Unanimous.
Unanimous voting?
That's right.
Stop. Don't worry about going outside. Put it on at night.
All right, so what the heck is a front?
The front is a leading, watch that, it's a leading edge of an air mass. That's what a front is.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll
be back
see you
later.
next week.
Hit you. It's a leading edge of an air mass, a front, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead. No. Oh, and they all hook up to low pressure areas. So what's a low pressure? They can see this map, right? You see that
it's right
red
there.
L? Oh, put your hand down.
Sorry.
See the red L? I got to tell them where Texas and Oklahoma is.
That's Texas
That's
right there.
Texas, the big
And
fat state.
Oklahoma, this is hard. Oklahoma's here.
There it is. Thank you. The red L is a low pressure area, and fronts attached to low pressure areas. It's called a low pressure area. There you are. It's called low pressure areas because the pressure, get this, is lower in a low than in a high pressure.
Really?
That's
Wow.
right. And the blue line is a hockey game, apparently. No, the blue line's a cold front. We'll get this more in depth later. The blue line's a cold front. Okay, that's what they do in color. These dashed lines are called troughs, which are maybe a wind shift line, and they're not really fronts. They can be reflection of, you ready? Upper air disturbance. Yeah.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
And so, now, behind your head, don't we have any warm fronts on? Oh, you see, thank you. You see, behind his head is a red L. They're communist, apparently. Thank you.
Right there. Right there. Okay.
All right, you see, that's the red, and the little red above it, it's trying to be a warm front.
Trying to be?
Yeah, because you don't have much of a warm, then it's blue again, so that's cold.
Oh. This apparently was a winter map. A lot
Sure
of cold
wasn't,
fronts
sure
coming
wasn't
in.
summer.
Well, you know.
The H is a high pressure area. They're blue because, I don't know. And this is one of those brilliant maps where you overlaid, we loved it, you overlaid, you overlaid the satellite on the surface map. Thank you. The green, oh, hi. The green is precipitation. Yeah.
Oh, so like rain.
It could be snow unless you have the one where delineates. You do. In the east, it's mostly green, right? That's
Yes.
rain. In the west, it's blue. That's snow.
That way.
The other way.
The other way.
Up. Well, that red H is
Aren't you a
behind the blue.
meteorologist? Since you...
But I don't. I'm gonna hit you. Go ahead. Thank you. That L in that's probably the over in far lower left. That's probably a thermal low. It's
In the
just from
Baja region.
Close. It's probably from the heating out there. They don't move. The pressure drops when it gets quite warm out there. It doesn't move. It's very distinguished in the summer. In winter, it's
So where do these fronts come from? What causes a front?
Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah, the upper air. You ready? The upper air. What is it? Atlanta. The upper air flow brings what? The upper air flow. The upper air flow has ridges. They go up like that.
Like ruffles.
Yeah, like what?
Ruffles. They have ridges.
Thank you. And then they have troughs which come down like, geez, I'm doing it backwards. Okay, they come down, they dip down. If it's a major dip, looking at you, if it's a major dip, then you have a major front. If it's a slight little dip, we call that a short wave. So you can do like this here. And so you get a weak front. Okay. Hi, you're looking marvelous today.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm talking about myself.
All right.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so we do have some questions from viewers.
I didn't show the tables yet.
You want to show your tables now?
What? Are they showing?
All right, so apparently we have a table to show.
What do you mean apparently? You want to act? Do it now.
All right, let's show that
Because it
table.
wouldn't make
Look,
any sense. All right,
there,
here it is.
table.
Wait a minute. On the left it says type of front. On the right it says what
takes
What?
place.
What takes place? I can't even
It's not
read
like
my
you
own
didn't read
table.
this book.
Shut up. It's on the right. See, the cold one. A cold air mass replaces a warm air mass. Wonderful. A warm front, it's leading into warm air, so warm air replaces a cold air mass. Stationary, you don't get anything replaced. It just sits there, so the air mass does not change. There are two types of occluded fronts. It's like the teeth in the dentist. You know, they meet. That's your occlusion. You know, or that's a malocclusion.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've heard that term.
So thank you. What's your first girlfriend's name? Mal? All right. And so, malcontent, right? So, we have cold occluded and warm occluded. And there's two types. And the cold occluded is where cold air replaces cool air. You never go into the warm air.
I'd never do that.
What? Thank you. Then we have warm occluded where cool air replaces cold air, but the warm air is lifted aloft. You have to put the loft up again. Okay. Next one, please. You know, it's really hard to get some good help these days.
I know it.
Next,
it's terrible.
thank you. Here's the type of front. Usual wind shift means good luck. Cold front usually is southwest to northwest. This is also a case it isn't, though. That's the general rule. Thank you, Commodore. Warm front is southeast to southwest. The stationary front, there's no wind shift because there's nothing moving. Or nothing, if you pronounce it correctly, again.
I would.
A cold occluded is southeast to northwest, and a warm occluded is also southeast to northwest. So you have to look at the weather map and see if if it's ahead of the occlusion, it's warmer than it is behind it, then it's a cold occlusion. If it's the other way, then it's a warm occlusion. Thank you.
Where does the malocclusion come in?
Right now, where I'm going to whack your teeth. That's where overbite. There's no malocclusion, meteorology. Oh,
Okay.
tender lip here. You want me to sing the song?
So can we ask these questions now?
I think you can.
All right, wonderful. All right, so we do have some questions from viewers. And by the way, if you have any questions for Ed or myself,
I'm going to ask you a question.
I don't know, someone's got to eventually.
You're lonely, aren't you? He's a lonely man. Ask him a question.
They're going to ask me how I put up with you is what they're going to ask me.
For money, you'll do anything.
Yeah, okay.
Did you raise my... Never mind. Did you raise my salary again?
Absolutely.
Another inch?
You didn't check your check?
Another inch? My check.
Check your check.
And all zeros. Could you move the decimal point over a little?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, so if you have any questions for Ed or myself, weathered@westfordcat.org.
That's cat, not dog, right?
Cat, not dog. That's right. See, there's a little cat here, and also the
And
king.
here's
That's Ubu.
Ubu.
Ubu, yes.
You're a sick individual.
If you have a question for Ubu, that's Ubu. Right here.
Ubu's pregnant. I thought it was a boy, but apparently not. You're showing again.
All right,
Put some
sorry.
clothes on. All right.
Back to the topic at hand, which is fronts. And we have some questions about fronts.
Really?
We do.
From my friends?
From your friends and your fans.
Yeah.
And you have fans. The very first
Really?
question comes from Stuart in Wayland, Mass.
Yes.
And he writes, do high pressure areas and low pressure areas circulate in different directions in the northern and southern hemispheres? If so, why?
Huh? Oh, yes, they do.
If so, why?
Well, they go a high pressure area goes clockwise in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere if you say it right, goes counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm.
And in the northern hemisphere, a low pressure area goes counterclockwise, northern hemisphere, and the southern hemisphere, the hammer, it goes clockwise. This is all because the Coriolis force. Yes. Here's how we're going to get the station closed down. 2V omega sine phi. It's rotation. It's because of that's technical. It's rotation about the vertical axis. Yes, that's right. 2V omega sine phi. Sine.
Sine?
Sin for you.
Oh, my God.
Sin for you, yeah.
Were you-
Phi. Phi, full from? It's not a phi. A phi, not
Oh.
5.
Sorry.
Never mind. You
How do you write phi?
put a circle and a line vertically through it. Good.
Like a null set.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It pulls to the right of them. It's because the planet rotates. If it didn't, there wouldn't be any Coriolis. So
Didn't
in the north,
rotate.
don't even bother to ask.
Yeah, all right.
In the northern hemisphere, it pulls to the right of the motion. In the southern hemisphere, to the left. Right, left, right.
We need
No,
to set up a little demonstration.
You need to set up a demonstration.
Oh, God, I just made more work for myself.
All right.
To
That's
the
what
internet.
What? What was that? I have high blood
That was
pressure.
an outburst. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right.
What an inburst.
So we.
Thank you. Thank you, Stuart, for that question.
Yes, thank you, Stuart.
Do you know anything
And-
about happy contrails?
Was he the one about the contrails?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Stuart, we'll get to your contrail question later.
Why am I looking at the floor?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
All right. What is
What was that?
I crossed out the question.
Oh,
so I don't
you
read it
just-
twice.
A check would be good. Especially with money in it for me. Go ahead.
Check your check. What is a backdoor cold front, and how does it differ from an ordinary cold front?
How about the name?
Sorry, Joe from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Ugh, he had the ice shoves. Shoves.
Shoves, yes.
Yeah, or shrubs.
Shrubs?
All right.
Ice shrubs.
We're in the Westerlies.
Westerlies?
The West, yeah, you remember them. They're down the street.
Oh.
Ethel and Bert.
Ethel and
The
Bert
little
Westerly.
rotten kids.
Got it.
All right, we're in the Westerlies. That means systems move from west to east. Now, so the frontal systems usually move from general west to general east. You remember them, don't you? Saluting them.
Mm-hmm.
And but the back door. Quiet in a sec. The backdoor cold front, it moves southwestward. Yes. So it's up in northern Maine and it comes down, moving southwestward. All right.
So I'm assuming that's rare?
It generally doesn't do that.
That's sort of the definition of rare.
No, it's not rare. It's not usual. It's between
I
rare.
stand corrected.
It's between rare and not very.
And medium
often.
rare?
Yeah.
Got it.
You ain't got nothing. So, that, for instance, in the summertime or spring or something, this happens. It shouldn't happen in the winter, but it does with this new climate. It's terrible. So the wind, it's southwest wind, and you're dying of the heat and humidity, right? Then the front comes to, the wind shifts to northeast, and the temperature. Now you're still at the beach and get, holy crap, what's going on here? The wind shifted and it's blowing, and the temperature drops to the 50s. That's a real good one. Sometimes the front gets hung up, terrible. Didn't pay the toll on the pike. It gets hung up, write that down. It gets hung up between Boston and Springfield. And Boston can be 57, Logan Airport, and Springfield's 95. Yeah.
So those backdoor cold fronts.
Yeah, yeah. You open up the back door and it comes in easier, yeah.
Got it.
They move backwards, northeast to southwest. So they're going generally in an east to west direction, which is backwards.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now during the winter when we get nor'easters, that's kind of pulling.
That's not a front.
But it's not a front.
That's the circulation around the low pressure area.
Okay, but it's still moving cold air in from that same direction, but
Yeah,
it's
but
a different animal
yeah,
altogether.
but that's no, it doesn't come from the. Yeah, all right, yeah. It moves it in from the same direction, but
Okay. But
You-
don't mistake. So if you're standing on Hampton Beach, okay, you
why
might
would I
get
be standing on
confused.
Hampton Beach in the winter?
Hey, I don't know. Some
I
people
may
do
be
that.
crazy, but I'm not insane.
I beg to differ.
So do I.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
Usually when you're getting a snowstorm, there's a high pressure. The best place to have a high pressure area, cold high center near Montreal to keep the cold air coming in. Because northeast around the low will bring warm air in.
Is that Montreal Express thing?
Did you buy tickets? And I want to congratulate you, a winter phenomena. Oh, a winter phenomena.
You're gonna bring
And
up
you
phenomena
put,
again?
Yeah, and you put up Montreal in the summer. What the heck was that all about?
When was that?
Last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I did. Oh, that was the summer. Montreal
wanted-
Express is in the winter. You couldn't find Montreal
didn't see
with
the
the
ship?
snow? What ship?
The cargo ship.
Andrea Doria? What is it?
I guarantee you. Google Montreal Express, you'll get that cargo ship.
Oh, for God's sakes, it's different else. What's the matter with you? Am I yelling? I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Don't cry. Here, Here's a piece of paper. Hey, Boo Boo, put Boo Boo in your lap.
All right, it's Ubu. Okay. I'm going to move on. Is that all right?
Yeah. Oh, hi. How are you?
Yeah, don't extend beyond the confines of
I
the...
choke here again from the allergies. Would you please come on?
All right, I'm moving on.
We should move off.
I don't actually have a name. This was anonymous.
Well, read it.
All right, what type of front produces the most devastating weather?
Who the hell was that? I'm sorry, who the gosh was that? What?
Anonymous.
Usually it would be a, I would say a strong cold front slamming, you like this, slamming into some really unstable tropical air.
And what would happen?
Big boomers. Boomers, that's terrible. Big thunderstorm boomers. I can't stand that when they do that on TV.
All right, so this one, I don't know if this one's actually about fronts. You gotta fill me in because
Can I say something? Just read it.
Oh God. Okay. How come in the last storm?
I don't know.
This is a while ago. This is actually an old question. Sorry. How come in the last storm the temperature was below freezing, but we saw rain? The ground was still pretty cold. Also, what determines the path of the jet stream? It seems really important
rain,
in our weather.
Probably.
All right. So
Probably freezing rain was coming down. That means it's, which we went over. There's not it's above freezing above you, the temperature, but near the ground it's below. But there's not enough cold air near the ground to freeze it over to sleet. It hurt my knee, you know that?
what determines the path of the jet stream?
Yes. That's difficult. Well, you can. There's a long. Yes, there's long. There's long. You can fit in 7 what they call long waves, dips. You're a dip across the basically across the top of the earth. You're really cramming them in. And when the jet stream, if you get yes, in the summertime the jet stream's technical again. It's up in Canada because it retweets because there's not enough. It retweets. It's not enough contrast in temperature. In the winter time, you expect cold air to come down, so it gets its act together. There's contrast. Happy contrails. It's
later.
Thank you. It's a contact. You get the contrast in temperature. That's basically what drives the whole thing. Even without a license.
So what is the jet stream?
You already put up a Learjet last time. I'm sick of that. The jet stream, the real jet sits up about 200 millibars, which is roughly 35, 40,000 feet. You know, jet level, if you really want to go. And the winds are very strong in there. And that's what, basically, may I scratch my shoulder? Oh, not on.
Please.
That's what basically drives the low-level systems, the jet stream.
So basically what's happening, I guess, is there's air coming together and moving very fast along that line.
Well, it can be, or there's a big temperature contrast.
Okay.
Between the warm air to the south, as Daffy Duck would say, and the cold air to the north.
All right, so those questions, by the way, are from Janine in Burlington.
That's Janine Gressler, dentist. She's a very good dentist. I got to get this thing for free next time. Hey, you hear that, Janine? Come on now, baby. Let's go.
All right, I got another question.
I'm still talking to Janine here. Come on. That's DDS.
I'm moving you on. Sorry. This one's from Catherine from New Hampshire, and she asks, what is wind shear? Oh. Don't look at me like that.
Well, I'm a man. You can have directional shear. Yes. Wind direction, say the different directions coming across. This is a thunderstorm special. But you can have it like that. 10 minutes left, 10-minute warning. At least I saw it this time.
We were supposed to read that.
Who cares? No, I read anything.
All right,
says you are an idiot. All right,
back to shears.
I got him. You can have a directional shear.
This shear torture.
Shut up. The wind northwest in one place and the other one, they're coming across like that.
Kind of like scissors.
I'm going to punch you. I'm going to rack you with this, baby. This is the putty tat cane.
Yes.
And quiet on the set. And you can also have wind speed shear. So the wind is, say, light here, and then all of a sudden it's strong, and then it lightens up again. Or just continues strong. That's the two things.
All right.
Thank you, Catherine from New Hampshire.
All right, we have another question from...
Really? That's strange.
From this one's...
Don't tell me it's from Roz again.
This one is from Kathy in Hudson, New Hampshire.
You're not going to get... Go ahead.
I'm going to get to it.
Shut up.
First one, Kathy.
8 minutes.
Why is it sometimes warmer behind a cold front than it is ahead of it?
This is especially true in the summertime. Because ahead of a cold front in the summertime, it could be cloudy, muggy in the 70s. And behind the front, it could be drier, see? Drier. But the sun is so strong in the summertime, it could be mid-80s. That's what the problem is. And also sometimes like the front last night, give me a break. That was a cold front? Give me a break. It's a little dying thing. We allowed to say that here?
Dying thing?
Dying, yeah, dying. It's really, it's a wind shift line. It had no air change back behind it at all. But the big problem is in the winter time, it's summertime where you get this, the sun comes out and it's much, sun comes out so it's much stronger. At higher temperature because the clouds disappear. So Thank you, Kathy, from Hudson, New Hampshire.
So I've got one more from fronts. This is from Kira from Winchester, Massachusetts. And
Winchester Cathedral.
And she writes.
Yes, Kira.
If we can have cold fronts, can we also have cold behinds?
I like this girl. That depends if you're wearing clothing or not. Thank you.
Moving on. Okay.
I've never heard. Well, maybe in New York you could, especially sitting on ice. Thank you, Kira, for that.
All right, so now
question.
we have some questions
about the weather around the perfect climate.
Okay.
All right, okay.
We have some questions from previous shows.
We do?
We do. Sometimes people ask us questions about things we've already talked about. The things we've already talked about.
Yeah.
And so here is one from, let's see, none other than Harvey Leonard from Channel 5. Yes, and
thanks, Harvey. And
he writes,
he should give me the check.
I have a question for you. Could you explain to your viewers the difference between hail and sleet, which many people confuse?
Yes. Hail is associated with thunderstorms, or in Buffalo, thunderstorms.
So it's really a warm weather event that goes through.
Well, you could have thunderstorms
areas.
in the winter, too. Usually they don't hang around here. Well, not in the South. But around here they are rare.
I'm not in the South.
You want to be. So that's with thunder. Sleet is just the snow, it melts, then it refreezes, and enough cold air near the ground so that it changes, it freezes. It
so
goes
sleet
to ice
starts as snow, melts, and then refreezes.
Yes, and the hail, it's up and down. Oh,
we kind of did that in the
red
first
light's
one.
on. It's up and down. About time it was on. It's up and down.
So it comes down, it gets blown back up, and it comes back down. And it picks up more water as it gets to the top. See, I'm good at this. It picks up more water when it gets to the top, and then it freezes again. It goes back up, picks up more water, and it freezes again.
I'm getting nauseous
with this. And you get these
this.
Concentric circles.
Concentric, not concentric. All right, yes, you are true. We sliced
potato.
We had that last time.
Yeah.
We had sliced in half, and you could count how many times it did it.
So if you're unsure about whether it's hail or sleet, pick one up, slice it in half. No? Okay.
I don't think so. No, if you hear thunder, it's hail.
All right, so
you don't hear thunder.
If you hear thunder,
it's hail. You don't hear. If you don't hear thunder,
it's sleet.
It's sleet.
All right, there's a good test for you.
I'll put that on the final.
All right, here's another question for you.
Yes.
This one's from Rob in Vladivostok, Russia. We are worldwide.
We're worldwide. I'm waiting for Putin to cash in on this one. How did we lose to you? He said.
Given all the variables on how tornadoes and waterspouts start, how do they come into play at that time?
There's a game going on. They come into play.
I sense this is a big question.
That's the instability of the atmosphere.
That's a big question.
No, remember we had thunderstorms, then we had the waterspout with the fish coming up, which was sick. How they come into play? Great. You get warm, unstable air, and you can get air mass thunderstorms, which they get unhappy, and they can give you a tornado. But usually it's some kind of front crashing in. You can get these big thunderstorms ahead of a warm front. More likely, it's ahead of a cold front. That's a real front, not these little poopy things.
Not the cold behind.
No, not the cold behind.
All right.
Disgusting.
All right.
You got to get sex into everything, don't you? That was my job.
Sorry. Here's one from Stuart in Wayland, Mass.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He's really into your show.
He's into it, all right. Yeah.
Why do we at times see contrails and at other times we don't? First, we should explain what
those are the white streaks you see high up with jet planes.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the temperature and moisture content of the atmosphere. Content, not cont. Moisture content and temperature at the level where the plane is. So sometimes you'll get it and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes
you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't.
The smoke behind the jet is
it's
really
not a smoke, it's moisture content.
Visually, you might mistake it as smoke. But what it really is
you don't know what you're
moisture.
Talking about. Yeah, it's moisture condensing.
Ooh. Condensation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then they spread out. And they might look like cirrus.
Serious?
Don't start.
Are you serious?
4 minutes.
I have a question. I gotta fit these in. This one's from Jane in Acton, Mass.
I'm gonna hit you with this stupid thing here. It's Rajani, you turkey.
All right.
Rajani.
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 One more time. Rajani.
Rajani.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
You want
now?
You want to date her? Okay. I'm sorry. The wife need not know.
Okay.
I'm very discreet.
It's not like this is on TV or anything.
No, it's not like it's on TV, so your wife would know.
All right. So Rajani asks,
yes.
Sorry, you have to.
Stop. Just
what is the warmest? Sorry. What is the warmest month of the year?
What are you, Barbara Walsh?
What is the warmest month of the year in Boston?
We're going to get rated here. The warmest month of the year is July.
July.
Yeah, and the warmest week of the year is usually the last week of July. That's
Excellent.
normally. Yeah.
All right, so here's another question from Kira.
I like Kira.
That's great, because she sent in a question.
Good.
Awesome. Here's the question. Is there any place in the world that has a perfect climate?
My house, Kira.
All right, let me finish.
Oh,
I'd like to move there.
Well, my house, Kira. What are you asking? Oh, San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah. And what kind of climate does it have? I'm going to repeat everything.
It's not cold in the winter, not that hot in the summer. But there's one problem: earthquakes.
Oh, so that's not exactly perfect.
No, perfect climate, buddy.
So it's the closest you'll get.
Yes,
to it.
in this, yeah. You don't want to go to the Bahamas.
I got a question. You're going to need your notes for this one.
Oh yes, this is Gonzalvo.
This is from Robert, and I don't know where he lives.
Francistown, New Hampshire, and he's a member of my class, ex-Marine. I'm going to take him out.
All right, here we go.
All right.
You ready for this,
guys? I got to take my glasses off. Yes.
All right, this is a big question.
Yes, go ahead. Read it. Read it.
All right, I'm trying.
Shut up.
And what about volcanoes pumping gases into the atmosphere?
Oh, 3 minutes here. All right. What?
Wait, that's not really a question. You're answering too quick. What? This is about global warming.
Yeah.
Okay. What about volcanoes pumping gases into the atmosphere? I would say volcanoes are not caused by man.
Well, isn't he smart? Well, Imelda Marcos' shoes, I can mount Pinatubo.
What did that say? Did that say 5 minutes left or close?
I can't tell. It's 3. All right. The argument that human-caused carbon emissions are merely a drop in the bucket. Wow. Compared to greenhouse gases generated by volcanoes have been making its way around the rumor mill for years. And while it may sound plausible, the science just doesn't back it up. You want me to continue?
If you feel it's relevant.
Me, relevant? According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the world's volcanoes... What the heck was that? 1 minute. All right. The answer is no. The answer is no. The volcanoes generate about 200 million tons of carbon dioxide annually, while our automotive and industrial activities cause some 24 billion tons, okay, every year worldwide. And another thing, volcanoes actually, Mount Pinatubo went up in 91 when they dumped all Imelda Marcos' shoes in there.
Man Pinatubo where?
Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines.
Sorry.
And they sent up enough fine ash that stayed in the atmosphere. It actually made the reflectivity, or albedo, we went through, and he does play for the White Sox. It makes the reflectivity of the atmosphere higher, so less sunlight can get through to heat the ground and then heat the atmosphere. So it actually counterbalances global warming.
Mm. Got it.
You ain't got nothing.
I got it. I totally got it. All right, so I think it's just about time to wrap up.
Did we do all the questions we wanted to hit?
Of course not. We never do. We'll have to get to them next time.
That I told you about. Did we do all that?
I think so.
Good.
I think I did. If we missed your question, we're really sorry. But send in your questions to weathered@westfordcat.org. Please ask us something about air masses. That would be great.
Or anything.
Anything.
I'm open to it.
He doesn't care. He's open to it.
I'm open-ended.
You're an open book. That's right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for today.
Don't I get to say goodbye?
No.
Oh. Hi. Goodbye.
See you next time.